Hello, everybody, and welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Let's talk about some steps to help elevate your consciousness and transform your life. So, do you ever just really get tired of yourself? You get tired of the same crap that you do over and over again, and it just continues to get in your way. It sabotages your relationships. You're just done with it. And you just also feel really frustrated because you've been done with it for so long. I definitely know this feeling. I've certainly gone through and have felt like this several times throughout my life. And I am here to say that it is possible to transform our life. It is possible to transform this behavior. It is possible to transform. So it's currently fall, right? We're just a few days into the fall. However, it's fall, and this is the season's time to change. Equinox was just a few days ago, so it's changing, transforming from one season to the next. The leaves begin to change color, they fall. The trees begin to be barren for the next several months until spring, and we begin to see that new life. And there's a really good lesson there because change takes time. Growth takes time. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. It's just not the way life works. We may want it to happen overnight. We may be so sick and tired of ourselves that we're like, I am just so done with this. I just can't wait for it to be done. We can feel that way. But the reality is changing our behavior, transforming our lives. It's a moment by moment, breath by breath, daily, consistent action that gets us there. It's not going to happen on its own. So really, the first step is really to be able to recognize what is it that needs to be changed. Identifying the change that you want to occur, which seeing what it is usually not a problem. I know, I certainly have a plethora of things that I would like to change. So, but when we're ready, when we are really feeling committed, when we're really feeling like I've had enough, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm not going to live this way anymore, then you know that you're ready. And so the first step is identifying that action, identifying that behavior. And then it's really about what is getting in the way. What is getting in the way of you really just being fully, authentically yourself? So sometimes this takes a little bit of deep self-analysis. It often just doesn't come to us. Usually when there's when there's a behavior within us that is just deeply rooted, it's usually not so obvious, and we've got to do a little bit of work to get there. You might just really find some quiet and, connect to your inner wisdom and to your heart's wisdom. And, I use shamanic journeying for this. The use of shamanic journeying for me has helped tremendously in being able to help me see some of my root causes of what's gotten in the way or what's going on so that I can work with that behavior. So after you recognize what that root issue is, you're able to, all of a sudden, then there's light that's shed on it. All of a sudden now it doesn't have so much power over you because you see it. And once you begin seeing it, you can be like, oh, there you are. I see you. I see what you're doing. And then you can begin to make some changes and what you're going to do, right? So how you're going to work around that. So let's just kind of put this into practice. Let's say, for an example, I have anger issues. Let's say that my anger issues are so bad that my anger flares up so much that when I explode, when I have like this volcanic eruption of anger that comes out of me, I scare the people that I love the most. I scare them away to the point that they just don't want to be around me anymore. That hurts, right? So there's a pain from that behavior, and it's a behavior that I want to change. So once I'm able to identify, this is the behavior, this is what happens when I explode in bouts of anger, I don't want the people that I love to run for cover. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be scary to the people that I love. So then once I can see it, I can then work with it. And so working with it, this stuff takes a little bit of time, right? So being able to go down into the root of it. So the root might be when I was a little girl, my parents left me. And I started out acting out in anger because that's how I was able to exhibit control, so that I wouldn't feel abandoned. By pushing people away with anger, I wasn't abandoned because, I was just able to push them away instead, right? So that would be like a core part of this behavior. And then over time, as I was a little girl, over time, showing this behavior, pushed people away, and that behavior, that anger, just got the better of me, and I was no longer in control. So I'm able to see it. I'm able to work with it. I'm able to recognize where it's stemming from so that I can work with that even deeper. And then once you've done that work, the next thing that you can do is to be able to go into what are you going to do instead? So you can, after you identify it and work with it, you can say, okay, so the next time that I begin to feel the surges of anger within me, I know that I can take some really deep breaths, a lot of deep breaths. I can count to 20. I can count to 100. I might need to count to 1,000. Do you know what I'm saying? So that could be something you could try. Or in this example of anger, being able to give yourself space, going for a nice long walk, detaching yourself from the situation that's causing the anger. And then once you cool down, being able to come back. So having a plan in place so that when you recognize that this is the behavior that's beginning to, you see it, you feel it, it's starting to come up, you got to grab it before it gets out of control. That's when you do the breathing. That's when you step away. That's when you do whatever it is that you need to do to replace that behavior. And then you'll notice that over time, all of a sudden, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, this used to really piss me off. And it's not any longer. This is one of those aha moments. You've changed that behavior, or at least given yourself enough space away from it that it's no longer controlling you in a way that it had before. Now, this transformational exercise, I used anger as an example, just for you guys to know. Anger was definitely something that I struggled with for a good part of especially my early life. So that was something that I had to learn how to get into control. Most people that know me today would have no idea the anger issues that I had when I was young. So definitely something that I've learned how to improve and grow within myself, and I know that you can also. However, these 4 steps in this exercise of transforming your life and just being able to elevate you to be the best possible version of yourself, you can do with anything. You can do it with, you want to be able to lose weight. You want to be able to, whatever behavior that you're exhibiting that you don't want to exhibit. Maybe, whether feeling depressed or other emotions that get in your way of just being fully who you are. You can go through these steps because we all have shit that we have to deal with. And if we're not dealing with it, then it's going to come out in negative ways. So whatever that is for you, these are the steps to do it. So also, I just wanted to let you guys know, it's not up yet, but it will be soon. I will have a step-by-step guide going through this exercise on my blog. Please go to my website, JamilaBlue.com. And you can check it out there, read it, leave me some comments. And also in this video, if you found this helpful, subscribe and follow me, share this, let your friends and family know. And also I have an email. So if you want to be on my email list, I will soon be sending out tips and tricks to daily living and really helping you elevate your essence one day at a time. And so I really hope that you will join me and follow me, like and subscribe and do those things so that there can be more of these videos and information coming your way as we all can transform and level up together, one breath at a time. Hope you all have a great night. See ya.